Hello, hello. Okay, are you ready now? So, semester test 2, obviously you need to have read the case studies to have a meaningful participation. I hope you did take the time. It was 4 pages, not that bad. And there were 2 case studies, Levi Strauss and then the expat dilemma from the Harvard Business Review. Right, so the first question has 16 marks. And it says the standardization or customization of an international company's marketing mix depends on a number of factors. Explain how Levi Strauss's marketing mix under its more recent strategy has been standardized or customized to local variables by indicating whether each element of the marketing mix has been standardized or customized, 1 mark for each correct answer. Indicating which factors have influenced the standardization or customization of the marketing mix element in question, 1 mark for each correct answer. And giving examples from the case study of how a certain factor has led to the standardization or customization of the marketing mix element in question, another mark for each correct answer. So marketing mix, it's all about whether we can standardize. Preferably that leads to cost savings, but at other times we need to customize. So a question like this, you can break it down per marketing mix element, and you say whether it's standardized or customized. Then you're going to say which factors now have influenced that, and then you draw from the case study to motivate that answer. So just remember there are 4 elements in the marketing mix, as you know, and they can be either standardized or customized. If they're partly standardized or customized, you need to say why. And then there are 3 factors we looked at that can influence the standardization or customization. They apply to all the factors. Now, in the lectures, we went into detail. For example, when it came to promotion, we looked more at the foreign environmental forces. All right, but those factors are the type of products. Remember, it can be a consumer product, an industrial product, or a service. Then you got foreign environmental forces, social, cultural, demographic even, legal, economic, physical, and then the degree of market penetration desired. Remember, we said when you really want to penetrate the market a lot, you're going to customize because you're reaching even the base of the pyramid people. Whereas if your degree of market penetration is very low, then you can appeal to that cosmopolitan kind of sector that crosses many countries. Right, so let's give an answer. I'm going to put the question up again. Once again, these slides will be on ClickUp, so don't worry too much. So we can go to each element of the marketing mix in turn. You're going to tell me if it's standardized or customized, then which factor is at work, and then from the case study you can motivate. Oh, it's the type of product because it says that. Anyone? Now, who has read the case study? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only these people. All right. Pity, because, as I said, this is really the core of your knowledge. So, yes.
The marketing mix, the product, I would say, has
The product has been customized. The product has been customized. Yes. So, okay, that would be one mark already, just for you to know. Customized, that's correct. Then we move on to the next mark, which is demographic forces.
Yes, I would say demographic forces because in Asia, for example, the weeks are shorter, so the year transition.
Yes. Uh-huh. The mic went off, okay. It went off again. Press it once and leave it, okay?
Okay, and okay, so in Asia, they're shorter, so the year transition is 10 shorter, and in Africa, they're more voluptuous. So the backside is a little medium.
Okay, that's what the case study says. Right, so that's correct. So that will be 3 marks because she mentioned the product is customized, that's correct. She mentioned a force that's applicable. It's an environmental force, demographic forces, and then she gave a motivation. That's from the case study. It's not made up. So in Asia, the jeans have been made shorter, so you have shorter sizes. And I know how it feels because you go shopping and you always have to get your jeans tailored. So I wish I could buy in Asia anyway. And then, yeah, and in Africa, there's more leg room and so on and so forth. Right, anything else about the product that has led to customization or standardization? Yes?
So I'm going to paraphrase sometime at this study, but I remember something that I'd like to paraphrase. In terms of the physical attributes, there was something in the case study about how in Africa the genes are more, are created with more room.
Yes.
How, well, I guess the physical attributes.
Yeah, so that is still the demographics. So it's demographics is about like characteristics of people, like gender, race, the height, age, things like that. So yeah, and that's what she mentioned. All right, in terms of maybe other forces like tastes and preferences, culture, was there anything there? Those who have read the case study. Yes?
In the places like Europe, they used a nicotine and they used writing for the distinct.
Sorry, can you speak louder?
In Europe, they use nicotine, and then in the other places, they use writing for it so that they can be washed by the chemicals.
Okay, so that's a correct, let's say, drawing from the case study, but how would we classify that? What factor is it? So those were demographic forces. This would be? Okay, anyone? Sir, are you going to answer my question?
Yeah, so was it not anything to do with the physical forces?
Yes, so these are physical forces. So environmental, kind of weather related or terrain related, whatever it might be the case, depending on the product. So those, okay, that's correct. Anything else about the products, or we move on to the next element of the marketing mix? So that would have been another 2 marks. It's another force and the explanation, the correct explanation. Right, promotion. Is promotion now customized, standardized? Yes, ma'am. Can you use the mic, please?
Promotion is customized.
Correct.
You have global advertising. It's not region specific.
Yes. Okay. So that's 1 mark because you say it's customized and you explain why, but then we need to go into the factors influencing that. So we need to go to the type of product, environmental forces, or degree of market penetration. So any inputs there? Yes, ma'am.
I would say a factor influencing this would be socio-cultural forces due to the fact that the different countries have different tastes.
Yes.
And then it talks about something about the European people like refer to it as cool or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's in the case study. And
Yeah.
in Asia, they
Yeah.
use it.
Okay. Okay, by the way, the case study is on ClickUps and there's internet access here, so if you want to open it up and kind of speed read, you're welcome. That's correct. So social cultural forces, that's one mark, and it's a correct explanation. So in different countries, they portray the people wearing Levi's jeans in a different way. In Europe, they're seen as cool. In America, they're like original people, like people who drive Harley Davidson or something like that. So, yeah. Anything else about promotion? Or shall we talk about price? I think, okay, well, maybe I can show these answers so long, because that's what we talked about. Product, and I'm very happy you picked the right things, so you can do it. Demographic forces, and that's from the case study, the explanation, social-cultural forces. 2, so tight fitting in Japan, roomier in Islamic countries, heavier jeans in Northern Europe, and light and colorful jeans in tropical countries because of preferences, not so much because. But, we also mentioned the physical. Perhaps there we can, I agree with your colleague, and I amend my memo, so you could say physical forces because it's related to washing, and that's related to weather. So if you motivate the colorful jeans and being light because you need to dry them in the sun, then it'll be a physical force. Right, and promotion is customized because of social cultural forces and different preferences in what you like to see on TV or on the ads. What speaks more to you. Right, price-wise, is the price the same across countries? That will be a standardized price, or is the price customized? That will be a different price for different countries. Yes.
The price was customized because basically, I think it speaks about in America, they used like a lower price because they sold in like the mass market, whereas in Spain, Levi's is seen as a more fashionable, exclusive brand, so it sold for more there.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I think a factor that would influence this is economic forces.
Economic forces then. Yes. Okay. So the price is customized. That's correct. In the States, it's sold in discount stores or even Walmart, so it's priced lower. Whereas in Europe, they managed to position it as more of an upmarket denim. So in the UK and in Spain, it sells for more. And then that has to do with economic forces too, because it's also based on what people can afford. But you could also say sociocultural forces if it has to do with how it's perceived to be. Is it perceived to be a high-end product or kind of an average quality? I can't remember what I put now, but both things will work. Yes? Yeah, it's on.
I said a bad word. But wouldn't it also be slightly standardized because from the text it says Levi Strauss is closed, it's remaining American factories and road production offshore where jeans would be produced cheaply. So wouldn't it be cheaper if part of their turnaround strategy was to reduce the price all over?
I don't find, okay, I don't remember it exactly, but I think, let's get this right. So you can move production offshore, so you lower your cost structure, but then you can still market it as highly priced, and then your margin increases. So I think that's what's happening. They have a different price. They even mention in India, it's very low priced, yeah, but it will still probably make a margin because of that offshore manufacturing, whereas in Europe, the margin will be much higher. So when we talk about the marketing mix and standardization of price, it's more about the price to the consumer. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wouldn't the degree of market penetration also be a factor? Because they mention Walmart's going to be cutting them. So in America, the degree that they want to penetrate that market would determine the price.
I'm not sure. To me, that just means that, okay, the market instead is very saturated, and they've already penetrated it, and by saying that Walmart is undercutting them means that they have a line of jeans in Walmart that's competing with Levi's. Market penetration has to do with the number of customers you're trying to reach. Okay, it's my opinion, I tend to be wrong, but I don't get the impression that they're mentioning them trying to get to more customers in the States. It's more like a price competition, price war. So that's not market penetration. Market penetration would be to say, okay, we're going to India, but we're just interested in the very top of economic income, and therefore we just market to the rich, let's say, and we can market the same type of jeans because they travel a lot and they like to look American or international, so we don't need to make any changes. But now, if you want to sell in the rural areas, there will be higher market penetration, and the jeans might have to be different from the price point of view. For example, it has to be priced lower. So they have this brand called Signature. That's their low-end kind of jeans. Right, and place distribution. Do they sell their jeans in the same way through the same kind of outlet across the world, or are they different methods of getting the jeans to consumers? That's distribution. Yes.
Distribution is also customized because in the States they tell you that they distribute through mass sellers like Walmart, whereas in Spain they will price your boutiques almost because jeans are a fashionable item.
Yes. Okay, so this is an example of how, remember when we spoke about distribution, it's interlinked with the other elements of the marketing mix, especially price. So the price you charge goes along with the right distributor. So if you're selling a very fashionable product, highly priced, then you cannot sell it at Walmart. You have to sell it in boutique shops and these kind of things. So that's what happens in Europe. In the States, Levi's are not so expensive, so they also use Walmart, and that's in line with their type of, it's all coherent. So that would be socio-cultural forces still. Right, so price is customized because of economic forces and socio-cultural. So I actually mentioned the two and they were both there. I couldn't remember. So economic, in India, Levi sells its low price signature brand, whereas we know, I gave other examples. In Spain, it's highly priced. And also social cultural, it's how you perceive the product to be. So in Europe, it's perceived as high-end denim and so on. And the distribution is also customized, and the channels reflect their pricing decisions because of the social cultural forces. So that was your 16 marks. Any questions at this point? If you got a question like this, would you be able to know what to do? I take that as a yes. Yes, I would. Okay, so next question. The Levi Strauss case study mentions that there was a decision in the late 1990s